Okay, here we are in our old kitchen workshop again, and we're going to make a project for the little boys we found in a science book. We're going to try to make a little raft, first off, out of a popsicle stick. We tried to cut it and it kind of splintered up, so we got us a finer tooth saw. We got a hacksaw, even though it's not metal. We're going to try to cut it with a hacksaw. And we put some masking tape on there to try to cut down on the splinters, and we're going to see if we can saw off a little piece and make us a little raft. Okay, go ahead. Got one little boy holding it and one little boy cutting it. Got to be really careful. Okay, we got our raft body, miniature raft body cut out. Now we're going to make a mast for it. We're going to use a toothpick. Let's see if these guys can cut a toothpick without snapping it in half. Go ahead. Again, I got one holder and one cutter. Not to cut Mom's chair. We'll all get in trouble. We're doing this while Mom is not home.
So that she doesn't get angry.
So she doesn't get angry. Did it cut it or did it pull it out? Well, that's not too bad.
Cut it.
Alright, now we'll move on. Okay, here's our minuscule little raft that we're going to build. We got to put a hole through it so we can put our masthead up. You guys are in the light. Move over just a little bit so some light from the window can come in. So we've got a little pin drill. I don't think we better try and drill it with an electric drill, or we're just going to end up stabbing somebody's finger or something. So we're going to just drill it by hand with a little pin drill bit. We've got a marking. I don't know if you can see that. The light in here is terrible. We got a mark on our raft where we want our masthead. Okay, go ahead. Let's see if we can work that through. Just put it right on there and then twist it back and forth. Like you're a drill. Yep, pretend you're a drill and just use your fingers and drill it back and forth. Alright, this looks like it's going to take a while, so we'll come back and revisit it once we get a hole through there. Okay, we got our hole drilled. That was a long, tedious process, and I actually cheated. I got tired of waiting for him to get the hole drilled, so I got a power drill and held it with a pair of pliers and drilled a hole through it for him with a tiny pin drill. But now we're going to glue that sucker in there, and we're going to get it wet, obviously. So I got some glue. If I can get it in the viewfinder here, good grief. That says it is waterproof. So we're going to test it. We're going to give these guys a good recommendation if it works. We're going to test it out and see if it is indeed waterproof. Okay, here we go. We're going to glue our masthead into our raft with it. Pop that open, put a little dot of glue on your paper plate there. Well, you got to pop the top up first. I didn't pop it up. I tried to with one hand, but I couldn't with one hand. Put just a tiny dab of glue on your paper plate. Okay. Now pull your toothpick out. Get a little glue on the end of it. You're standing in the light. Come over this way just a little bit. That might work better. Okay, keep working. Get some glue on there. Get a good amount of glue on the end of it. Okay, now reinstall it back into the raft. If you can see what you're doing, do it down there. If not, then you can hold it up and do it. Okay, now we're going to set that aside. Okay, move out of the light. So, there we go. We're going to set that aside and let it dry for a bit while we work on the other parts of the project.
Just laying into the ground. Take the video.
Okay, our instructions in our science book said to fill a clear plastic bottle about 1/3 full of cooking oil. So we're going to measure this bottle. The bottle is 1 foot tall, but it's a 1 liter, like a Pepsi bottle. The volume or the inside of the bottle that's about the same size, you know, up here it starts to taper down really, really quick. And from the cap to the tabletop, it's 12 inches. So we're going to cut that down to about 9 inches because the usable volume of the bottle, you know, the main usable part of the bottle is about 9 inches. So we're going to put about 3 inches of cooking oil in the bottom of this. I don't think it matters that much if it's real precise or specific. But we're going to grab a funnel. Grab us a funnel, John, out of one of those drawers. There's a blue one. That'll work. John's already got it. Alright, so here we go. Try not to make a mess all over the table. Cooking oil is kind of slimy, gooey stuff.
I'll pour.
And we're going to fill it up to, on a 2-liter bottle, we're going to fill it up to about the 3-inch mark. Again, with Mom's cooking oil while Mom's not home.
Hopefully Mom doesn't get angry at us.
I don't think she will. She doesn't watch my YouTube videos anyway. Ooh, that took all the cooking oil we had left. That's alright. We'll get some more. Okay, then we're going to fill the rest of the bottle up with purified water. So while we get some water, we'll take a pause here. Okay, here we go with the water. Go ahead. We got purified water out of our drinking water purifier. We're going to go ahead and fill it up the rest of the way. We're going to take about 3 measuring cups full, which are about 2.5 cups total volume, something like that. You can see the liquids separate. The oil doesn't like the water, or the water doesn't like the oil, so they repel each other. A little bit more. That's alright. Alright, there, okay, stop. Okay, now we're going to add some blue food coloring. Hopefully that'll sink down through the oil. Shake it up just a little bit first. And then put 3 or 4 drops of the blue food coloring down in there. That could be problematic because it's sitting on top of the... Oh, there it goes. Now it's going down. It was sitting on top of the oil there for a second, but once we got enough of it in there and it sat for a moment, it started sinking through the oil.
No, that was 4.
How was that 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, go 5 or 6. Let's put 6 in. And then we'll mix it all up and see what kind of color we get. Is the water turning blue at all yet?
Big huge blue thing right here.
Okay. Well, we'll keep mixing this up and we'll keep track of how many drops of food coloring we put in, and then we'll report back. We'll take a pause for a moment.